Hi, I'm Alexandria Anderson. I'd like you to think about the last haircut you got. I'm sure you left the salon with a fantastic new hairdo, but perhaps you left with so much more. Maybe the beauty practitioner shared some information about their last client with you, or maybe you even used it as your own personal therapy session. This is all the benefit of having emotional labor in the workplace, effective emotional labor in the workplace, which is why I decided to review an article entitled Emotional Labor in Action, Navigating Multiple Involvements in the Beauty Salon. It is an exploratory single case analysis study that helps determine how industry professionals engage in emotional labor concurrently with the service that they provide. Some topical issues that will be discussed are: what is emotional labor in the beauty industry? How does a beauty practitioner participate in emotional labor, and the relevance of this research? This research used conversational analysis informed specifically by feminist theory. They reviewed a single case study, which was an eyebrow waxing practitioner and their client. It was a video. They reviewed the video of the interaction and coded it using conversational analysis. Some of the main issues and points of analysis are that emotional labor isn't always seen as legitimate labor since its results are often more relational in nature. They argue that both the chat and the way that the therapist navigates the conflict between the chat and the service constitutes valid emotional labor. They like to note that the client practitioner behavior is reciprocal in nature, so they share the speaking floor. So some evidence of how they share the speaking floor was based in this video interaction that the conversation analysis was reviewing. They noted how the practitioner was able to navigate conflict between multiple involvements as she provided the hair removal service. She gave precedence not to the physical task for which she was being paid, but to the relational task of not cutting the other person off when they were speaking, the client, or being seen as rude or hurried or not listening correctly. Some of the key findings is that an implication for the work is that the topic should not be assumed to be independent of the official business of the institution, meaning that the emotional labor is just as important to the institution as the actual service that they provide. So conversation analysis, they found, was an excellent way to review this with its tools for explicating how participants do interaction, because it offers an ideal method for making relational skills visible that had previously been invisible to those who are uninformed. They also noted there are two strategies for performing emotional labor. Those are: one, being multiply involved, and two, navigating appropriately between these two involvements. Emotional labor workers will choose when and how to prioritize one task over another. For me, I would say this article was a 4 out of 5 for usefulness. It definitely was an insightful, practical example of emotional labor in practice, but for my research, it's pointing me to other more useful articles. I think the researchers summed it up perfectly when they noted that emotional labor's everydayness is what makes it crucial. The interactions are not merely required under special circumstances, but are fundamental to the routine work of beauty therapy. Ironically, it's their everydayness that makes these skills so difficult to recognize, which is how you know they're good. And in my opinion, it's also something that is so integral to the success of a client-practitioner interaction and ensuring that they will return. Thank you.